a Muslim with a woo-woo Christian in a biracial marriage. They are gym owners with tips on wellness, mindset, creating inner peace, and happiness despite differences. You're listening to the Clem and Alfred Unequally Yoked podcast. Hey, it's Clem.
And Alfred.
We're back with another great episode with Clem and Alfred Unequally Yoked. I'm Clem Lafredis. I am a self-care and empowerment coach.
And I'm Alfred Rove. I'm a fitness consultant and real estate agent.
Yay, we both own Victory Get Fit Club in Federal, Washington, a mind and physique transformation boutique for women. Today we're talking about, what are we talking about, Alfred?
Celebrating your victories. Work hard, play hard.
Alfred plays hard.
I play real hard in the paint.
He plays really hard even when I'm thinking we should be working. Alfred is
fishing.
playing somehow, either eating, working out, fishing, sleeping, watching a movie, or sleeping while watching a movie.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say that. Or sleeping, listening, watching, night.
But usually lying down in some form.
You got to get your rest. We're going to talk, I got a really good story about rest. And for those who are listening to this for fitness tips, rest and results.
Yes.
But right now,
I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, but let's jump into it.
I guess we should talk about the working hard part.
Right. So when I worked at 24-Hour Fitness, I would leave this house at 6:30, 7 a.m., get to work, and I would work until 8 if I was lucky, but most nights it was 10 to 12 o'clock, and this was in downtown.
At night
in downtown Seattle. I had a really good district manager, Merle Gregg, who would let us off on Fridays at 5 or 6 p.m., and he would either take us to the movies, and the great thing about it, he would take our wives as well.
And he would take his.
Or take us out to eat. You know, no matter where we were of goal, and he got a little bit of flack for this, but he wanted to make sure that we had time together as managers to celebrate our victories, and that has transferred over into my my own businesses. Things that I don't necessarily do it on Friday, but I make sure that I do get out. We get out and do something. We really gotten into the foresting. Even if it's just down the street, just to go and smell some wood. I go in the backyard, even just a small little thing that I do as far as grounding. I'll go in the backyard and just put my feet on the ground and look up toward the stars or the sky.
Yeah.
And just take a mental break from work to grind. It just wears your body out. You're not productive anymore. You make a ton of, me personally, I found that I made a ton of mistakes, typos on these, I probably shouldn't say it, but $500,000, $600,000 purchase and sale agreements.
Don't say it.
Yes. So you do that once or twice and you say, hey.
Good thing you have a coordinator or someone to catch all that.
I do. I have a transaction coordinator who does, thank God, catch my stuff.
Well, that's because a lot of time customers, kind of, and it's, I see it as my fault too, is that when they call or they want you to write up that transaction right away, or here's my, issues, I'm going to send it through Facebook Messenger instead of just an email that I can check later, or even a text. I'm like, it's super important. They want me to take care of this right now. And I was doing that for a long time for our business, for the gym, and Alfred would just say, well, it's your fault. You answer it as soon as they send it. So now people are used to you doing it that way, and the boundaries wasn't up. And then I went into a 1.5 year hiatus from my gym after an anxiety attack.
Hey.
But, when people have issues, I thought, or if they have needs, I thought it was my job and my responsibility as good customer service to handle that. But in reality, it was just me, my people pleasing, and even deeper from that and people pleasing, it's the whole need of belonging, thinking I'm supposed to do these things so I'm accepted or wanted or loved or whatever. But 2 years of being away has helped a lot in learning a lot of boundaries and self-care. And just the knowing of I'm full and good as I am.
I did the same thing with real estate. I learned this from Chad's story at Asset Realty Group. There would be certain leads that came through. When they hit your phone, you had to respond right away, and everyone was on their BlackBerry waiting for the deal. If you were 5 seconds, if you waited 5 seconds, you missed that transaction. And Zillow was kind of like that as well. But now, you know, if I'm available, I will take it. If I'm not available, I'll push it to Lars, I'll push it to Saul, I'll push it to Sing, to make sure that the people get serviced. But when we're having family time or whatnot, it's family time. Or if I need something written up and I'm tired, I just pay Andrea to do it, because that way there's no mistakes. She has the time, she does it. And actually Mark Pauly had taught me that. He was like, Alfred, why are you so tired? I said, well, I got this new house and I gotta cut the yard and make sure the grass is green, because I'm kind of competing with my neighbor across the street, TC. You know, we silently.
Whatever, we could never compete with TC.
Yeah, he used to do golf courses, so you couldn't.
Impossible.
But if you could kind of keep up with him, you knew your grass was on point.
So if you didn't look super bad, you just be 25% better than you are, then it's at least in the ballpark.
So he had told me, he said, look, the amount of money you make, you should be paying somebody to cut your grass and
do your laundry.
Oh boy. It's just the way I grew up. I mean, you didn't really like, you can fold your own clothes, and I used to cut lawns for a living as a kid.
I think we're taking more of a spiritual approach to now business and even our body. More spiritual approach, meaning like in the Bible, it talks about rest on the 7th day. And there's other religions that just do nothing. You can't even turn on the electronics. You don't even use a stove. You don't, there's just everything. They walk no car. Right. So like full on Sabbath and rest. And so 6 days a week grind, or maybe 5.5 weeks grind, or 5.5 days grind, and then take that whole day, if it's a Friday or Sunday or Saturday, whatever, but just to have that like approach of this is a fragile vessel that we're living in, and it is to be worked, but then it's to play hard also. So I think that's more of a spiritual approach to what we're doing. And it takes faith, because if you're a control freak and you're like, I have to get this done, and if I don't do X, Y, and Z number of squats, then I won't have this. And so I have to do, I saw on the internet that it takes 2,000 hours to become a professional. So I need to, there's a part of relaxing, surrendering, dying to self, and allowing the partnership with the Holy Spirit or your higher guides, or whoever it is that you believe in, to come in and do the other part of while you rest and recuperate and rejuvenate, that the other half is actually doing more good than the part that you're doing.
That's the good
But
part.
It takes faith to do that. Okay, but before we continue on, because we're gonna go into how this affects physical body, we're taking a break for these messages.
Very good. Chest up and push. Hips up on the boxes, glutes tight. Mark. Come on, keep driving. Last 10 seconds.
And
we're back. All right, so I have just a fantastic recent story. Actually, I just got the results, came in today. I had a fishing trip planned with a very close friend. He flew up here from the Bay Area. Actually, Mountain House or Sacramento area is not the Bay, but So he comes in town. I've been working all week, working on these transactions. I'm tired. I do want to give a plug to Colt and his paleo meal planning, because he prepped me a meal that was incredible. I mean, incredible tuna that was reheated. It was incredible in the sweet potatoes, but I was so tired. Thank you, Colt.
We're gonna put his website in the show notes.
We will. So we fish, we drive 2.5 hours to South Bend.
Caveman.
We
B&W Caveman.
We fished we fished the river, we get our fish, we go back to the hotel room, and I text my coach and I'm like, man, Jay, I am just tired. I don't know that it's a good idea for me to train on Friday. Actually, I texted him Friday. I texted him this on Friday when we had came back home. And he goes, you know what, Al? Just take the time off. You could rest and recover, because I can start to feel my body it goes numb and starts to tingle, and you can push through and grind it out and get those sets and get the reps in and get the cardio time.
We think it's about the number or the duration or how many,
That is a sign. When your body feels like that, you don't just get amped up on caffeine, go have a pre-workout, go in there and work out. What'll happen is, and I know this from experience, you'll come in and you will weigh your body fat will probably go up, and you will weigh probably the same, and you're gonna fill up with water because your cortisol levels just shot through the roof. All bad. Body stressed out, it's not responding.
I think it's from FOMO too. Like, we think that, like with your real estate, with you not answering the text right away, thinking, oh, if I don't answer that and within 5 seconds that I'll lose $500,000 sale or $1 million sale or whatever, and that's thousands of dollars of commission if I don't answer that phone. And I think the same thing in the gym. If I'm too tired, like I've been injured for 5 weeks, and I got on the treadmill for not even 2 minutes. And it's just treadmill, it has nothing to do with my upper body, but my neck, from the front of my neck to the back of my neck, all the way down my shoulder to my fingertips, started to tingle and go numb and strain. It started pulling on my neck. So I'm like, okay, just get off and go home. And I probably only had like 5 workouts in the past 5 weeks, but I'm fine. I mean, but in the past, I think I would have had FOMO, like, oh no, I'm missing out. And I can't get that back. But I looked in the mirror today, I'm like, my arms look great, so. And all I've been doing is stairs.
I took 3 days off. I didn't do much. I just did my fasted cardio in the morning, which is just a slow, steady walk. Nothing too strenuous. I rested, I went to sleep, and sure enough, I was 191 last Monday, and I jumped on the scale, and I was 187.4, so 3.6 pounds, which is the biggest drop in 1 week, and I took 3 days off. So just letting you know that the rest is very, very, very important. Like what Clem was saying, you got to let the things happen.
Yeah.
You can't just keep grind. You got to trust the process.
That was my younger self, I think. When I look back in life, grinding, hustle, that's the young man's game. Just wanna, like, can't miss out. And now it's like, no, this is what my body says. This is, there's part of intuition and faith that works together. And if you're going to follow your intuition or follow the signals, you have to have faith and not be laying there resting and horrified that it's going to backfire on you, because then you're not going to heal.
Now, remember, if I would have done that, if I would have taken those 3 days off, and I would have constantly worried about what's happening, am I gaining weight? I'm not training. You know what?
You were gonna gain weight.
I would have gained weight. My cortisol levels would have went up. Everything that I ate would have stored. Your body just goes wacko when you go into that worry state, which it starts to make me think about this journey that we're going through with meditation and healing the body naturally, the things you could do with the power of your brain. And you think to yourself, why would we be programmed to grind versus do your work and rest and let the things naturally go through its course, and you will see the results that you want. If you focus on it, do the work necessary, you don't have to overtrain or you don't have to overwork. Do what you have to do, get it done, and then go play, go fish, go walk through the forest.
So another good example is we did a bodybuilding show, or Alfred judged a bodybuilding show a couple weeks ago, and I was doing the video of it, and one of the moms was on stage and her baby ran towards the stage and started yelling, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," and they started crying, and the whole theater can hear it. And I could hear one of the judges goes, "Oh no," because her face just changed. Like you could see her in her eyes and her face, like, "Oh no," like that fear. And the judge goes, "Well, there goes all the cortisol just flooding into her body." And it's amazing how your body can change that instantly. Like the look, when you get lean enough, when you can see muscle through your skin and muscle through your fat, or the very little fat that you have, you can see inflammation very instantly when your body gets flooded with cortisol. So it was just, and as Alfred's preparing for a show, that's why he's able to see such big difference of like, this is what it looks like rested, and this is what it looks like when I'm, super fatigued. And so I think that is like, we, a normal body that's, 40 pounds of fat or more, we don't see it as much or notice it as much, but it's happening. It's happening, and inflammation causes other issues like joint issues, arthritis, and all kinds of other things.
Inflammation and oxidation, those are the killers.
Okay, so one of our clients, Tammy, she's been working to get to 0 or zero recommended amount of fat to lose and 0 recommended amount of muscle to gain. That's what we call 0 on our InBody machine. And she's been working on it for 2 years, and she finally got it. She went on vacation and she was a little worried, like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna gain weight." I'm like, "No, you won't, because you're gonna be totally rested." She's always been really stressful in her past job, and then she retired, and then now taking care of her dad, her elderly dad at home. And so I had a feeling that she was not gonna gain any weight, that she would probably lose weight while on vacation. She went to Greece, and it has happened to several of my clients, many more actually losing weight than there are people who go on vacation and gaining. And I now am noticing such a big difference of when my client goes on vacation but is so in their head about, "Oh, I can't eat this because I'm gonna gain weight, or I have a show, and I can't, it's gonna make me fat." And guess what? What you believe and focus on, you will get. So I told Tammy to go relax, have whatever she wants. And I trained her the other day, and I'm like, "Holy crap, your arms look amazing." Her back muscles are popping out, her delts, her biceps, her triceps, everything looks so good. And I guess she did an InBody, and she texted to me. She said, "I'm still 0." And she was gone for a while. So,
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
She's gone for 2 weeks.
And you would think, with all that Greek food,
right,
with olives,
and we experience the same thing. We'll go on vacation to Hawaii and come back and didn't gain a pound, but we definitely ate more.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because I like to
more.
eat.
Definitely.
So that is our story of play hard, but also work hard. So there's a good balance.
That's
a good balance. So grind, hustle, whatever. I'm, on the other side of 40, so I'm not really feeling aligned to the word grind and hustle anymore. I'm more into the intuition and having faith and just flow and ease,
right,
while doing my work.
I'm pushing 50, so I'm trying to just,
You're trying to float
right on into it.
Row a little bit, and then float. Row and float. That's what you're doing.
Right. So if you have any comments or questions about working hard and playing hard, you can leave it in the comment section.
And check out clemanalfred.com. But for those of you who are like, "Oh, I wish I had more episodes of Clem and Alfred," or maybe just Clem. I've got my Slay and Shine podcast relaunching, so check that out. slayandshine.com, and you'll find it is Slay and Shine Self-Care and Empowerment, my new podcast.
This is the only place you're going to hear and see me. Right here on Clem and Alfred.
We're getting interviewed next week.
We are.
So this is not the only place, people. It's not. See you later.
It isn't.